Yesterday, I had a customer call from a state away about a vehicle. And when I let him know that we have the ability to do everything via online, he almost interrupted me and said that's the only way he's going to buy the vehicle because he doesn't have the patience to sit inside the dealership all day long. So today, I'm going to talk to you about why I think customers feel just that way. Welcome to Car Talk, where I give you my 20 years of experience on my 20-minute drive. I am a huge fan of making things really easy for the salespeople, for the customer, just simplifying everything. Just simplify it. Make it easy. And sometimes I get some pushback about that because, salespeople, they're supposed to be strong. They're supposed to control the process. They're supposed to this and that. And I get all that. And there's times and places for that, for sure. But think about it, right? I actually look at the economy, look at the world, look at what people are doing. But sometimes in sales, we don't do that. We think that the customer has to be on our field and do things the way we want them to get done, not the way that they're doing it with everything else. Okay. So a lot of car dealerships and a lot of salespeople in general treat the process so old fashioned. Okay. Some dealerships are like, hey, I need you to get into your car, drive 35 minutes here. No, we're going to give you basic information over the phone. We're not going to go through all that. Your power is your presence. So we need you here. We need to see your car here. And we need you to drive 35 miles. And if you get here, we're going to do everything we can. We're going to make a deal. We're not here to waste your time. And then you drive to the dealership. Hopefully the car that you were talking about, hopefully it's there. You get there. You go through the process. Takes about an hour. Do the test drive, come inside, do the trade appraisal, go over numbers, go back and forth, lease another hour. Now you're there 2 hours. Minimum 2 hours. Okay. Hopefully you make a deal. Hopefully everybody comes together and you guys make a deal. Or you call me up. We work everything out via online. We know what the numbers are. We know what your vehicle is worth. We get it all worked out. You tell me what time you're going to be there. It's all ready. You spend 30, 40 minutes in the dealership total. You go about your day. I don't understand why people are so against that. We used to get in our car, realize that we needed batteries and a stick of deodorant. We'd have to get in our car, drive to the store, and we had to make a choice. Either we went to the local store, which we knew was going to be more expensive, or we drove another 15 minutes and we went to a big chain store to pay a little bit less. And we go inside, we got to track down the items, stand in line, buy the items, and then go back home. But instead, most of us now use Amazon. Type in what we're looking for, get a bunch of options, add it to the cart. Type in a bunch of options, add it to the cart. Shows up at the house. Some people get it same day, some get it next day. So if Amazon is making it so easy, if you've ever ordered food and had it delivered to you, opposed to going to grab it, why, if you're a salesperson, why would you make the customer do it the hardest way ever? I don't understand that. I think you guys need to realize you're not losing control. You're not losing profit. Let the customer do it the way they want. Now, not all customers want to do it like that, right? Some customers, they don't feel comfortable doing it online. Some customers still want to come in. They all still want to touch the steering wheel. They still all want to drive the car, play with the buttons. They all still want to do that. So even if you did the whole deal online and then they came to the dealership, they're still going to want to do that portion of it, unless they've already owned the product before and they're pretty familiar with it, then maybe not. Okay. But some customers, they still want to do it traditional. They want to call you up, see if the vehicle is there. If it is, they're going to make an appointment. They're going to come down, and they want to do that. Maybe they like to be social. Maybe that's how they like to negotiate. But what I have found is the people that actually do everything online, they're the most pleasant to deal with, because they realize what you're doing is saving them the most precious thing, which is their time. They're the easiest. They've already been shopping around. So instead of them coming to the dealership and you guys negotiating for hours, they're more comfortable to tell you what they've learned, in the 3-4 days prior to even reaching out to you. Like, hey, here's what I've seen on the market. Here's the vehicles I've been looking at. Hey, I've already talked to 2 dealerships. Here's what they're giving me for my trade appraisal. Here's what I want to do. Here's how we can put it together. They already know all this stuff anyway. And this day with social media and the way that everybody communicates, it's much easier for them to really communicate with you online and give you all the information that you're going to be asking them for in person anyway. You could just ask them online. It makes it so much easier. So the other thing I would say about that is it's definitely a skill to do a deal online versus in store. It's 2 different skill sets. And most of the deals that I make these days, pretty much 90% of them, text message. I rarely call anybody. The only time I call somebody is if I think the conversation is getting confused, or I'm really trying to explain something to them that isn't really going to come across in the text. So then I'll ask their permission. Hey, I want to go over something with you real quick. Is it okay if I call you? That's another mistake that I think people make. Whatever happened to like asking people's permission? Okay. As a salesperson, how many telemarketer calls do you get in a week? 1, 2, 3, 4? And how much time do you give those people when they call you? I don't give them any time. Because 1, they never ask me if it's a good time to talk. They never seem to care if I'm busy. They never seem to care if I'm interested in whatever they're talking about. Like, those people need some training. I'll tell you what, the telemarketers, you guys need some training. Stop reading the damn script. It's terrible. Whatever script you're getting from whoever you're getting, it's terrible. That close rate on those telemarketers has to be horrible. Anyway, just make it easy for the customer, okay? You'd be surprised when the customer calls you up and they're talking to you about a certain vehicle, and you ask the customer, hey, just out of curiosity, how do you prefer to do your deals? Do you prefer to set an appointment, come in person? Do you prefer to work the majority of it online, then finish up inside the dealership? Or would you actually prefer to do everything online? Why wouldn't you just ask the customer that? We always talk about in sales that one of the first steps to sales is, build rapport, common ground with the customer, lower that guard, because when they come in, their guard is up and they're going to fight you on everything. And your job is to kind of lower that and get them to relax, right? You ask that question to the customer, how they want to do business, instant down. And you let them know, here, I'm here for you. I'm going to get you all the information that you need. I'm going to get you everything. I'm going to get you a video of the car. I'm going to point out any damage I see. We're just going to make it really easy. Okay? Too many salespeople talk too much. They don't listen. They talk. The same customer I'm talking about, when he called up, the salesperson who answered the phone asked me to get involved because he said the customer was a little bit too difficult. And when I got talking to the customer, it wasn't that he was difficult. He was just asking a lot of questions and wasn't giving us any time to respond. And So I decided the easiest way to handle that is just to simply repeat back what the customer's asking for and write it down. He was asking about a warranty. He was asking what the warranty covered, how much an extended warranty would be, and he had some energy, which was awesome. So I just repeated what he's asked for. Okay, this is what you need me to find out. This is what you need me to find out. Okay, and then it started going smooth. I think another reason why the customer gets to be that way is because they don't like the process. They already have in their mind that you're going to make it super difficult on them, and they're not trying to waste any time. So some customers, that have been through the process before and know what they want and have options on how they could buy it, cash, finance, and they know they don't have to play the game, they're going to be a little bit more direct to you. They're going to be a little bit more no bullshit, because they're going to say, yo, let's just cut to the chase. We don't need all that. Some customers don't even care about you. They don't even want to know about you. They don't need to talk about their family and all that stuff. Some customers are just like that. And once you recognize that, it's a deal. Just go through it, make it happen, or don't. I think there's so much in the dealerships that we fight the customers on, consistently fighting the customers. And I just don't understand. And I don't understand why people can't make that change. Because I know in their personal lives, they ain't dealing with that when they're off. I know that's a fact. They know they ain't dealing with that. How many times I see in the dealership that food gets delivered, somebody brings the food to them. How many times I see that? How many times I see somebody buy something on Amazon? It's like, you guys are doing the easiest route for yourself, but you want to make it the most difficult on the customer. It doesn't make any sense. So I know I'm rambling on here a little bit. Hopefully you can pick something out from what I'm talking about, because really you just need to make it easy on the customer. Be transparent, be easy, ask the customer how they prefer to do the deal. Okay? The facts are going to be the facts. What your car's selling for, what it's really worth in the market, what their trade's really worth in the market. All that stuff is what it is. You're going to have the same documentation and the same facts to present them online versus in person. The only difference is you haven't been doing it online, so you don't know what to do, and you're not comfortable doing it that way. You're really comfortable doing it in person. So just learn the new way. Learn it, because it's here. It's coming. You got AI. You got dealerships like Carvana that's already been around for a long time. Things are getting easier for the customer. And if you don't adapt, you ain't going to be doing it much longer. There's not going to be a need for the people that make it super difficult. Okay? So today, I need you to start training online via text message. Do your next deal. I want to challenge you. I want you to do your next deal 90% text message.
We all show up, but we ain't built the same. One's chasing glory, one's playing the game. One's got the gift, don't break a sweat. The other's out here grinding with nothing left. One wants the crowd, the lights, the fame. The other's in the dark, just building a name. One was born with it, one had to grow. One's got talent, one's got hustle.